Thank you.
I've got a bar, so I'm going to get cocktail pumps fitted. You can rely on couples to not wreck the place, can't you? You know what I mean?
It was 2 en suites.
Wow. How much did you pay?
I paid £61,000 at auction.
Welcome back to Blackpool and to a lovely day. The sun is coming out, the skies are blue. It's nice to be in Blackpool when it's nice. Now I'm here today to make a video about cheap houses, cheap property that I've seen for sale right near the sea, right near the beach, right near the arcade stretching down there. Now I've already covered the high street in a video I did last year where I went exploring the abandoned hotels and B&Bs of Blackpool. So if you want to watch that, I'll link it in. That covers the kind of exploration of the high street. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. We will look around, I'll revisit some stuff, but we're mainly going to be looking at some property for sale. So Blackpool's popularity at the moment is nothing like it once was. This was once the peak of British holidaying. From all around the United Kingdom, people would come to visit Blackpool, and there were so many hotels, B&Bs, guest houses. This place was full of them, accommodating all those people that would travel to stay here. And one of these houses I'm viewing today, I think it's got 13 bedrooms. So I can only assume it was once a guest house, and now that purpose has changed and it's up for sale. But let's get to it anyway, because I've got a lot of property to go and view. Hopefully we'll get chatting to some locals as well, see what they think of the place. Maybe we can find someone who owns a hotel. Who knows? It's a lovely day in Blackpool, but let's go and see why houses right near the beach, right near the seaside, right near this place that was once so popular and now going for so cheap. I think it's going to be really interesting. So let's get to it. So this is the first house there. So we're cracking right on because this video takes an interesting turn. I hate using Google Earth, but I forgot to get the shot of the house outside. But there is this nice chap flipping the V's. So here is the listing online for this property. As you can see, it's got that £50,000 guide price. So let's get in and have a look round. So immediately as you walk in, you're presented with a hole in the floor. Now I was warned about this, which was nice. And then after that, you've got this amazing carpet. It just screams guest house, doesn't it? Now this first room on the right, there was this old bar that was still intact, and behind it, it had the sinks. I actually really loved this feature in the room. The carpets were a bit messy, glass everywhere, walls a bit ruined, but I was just looking at that bar and I absolutely loved that. If I bought this place, I'd try and keep that in there. I like that a lot. And also the first giveaway that this place was a guest house, aside from the carpet. But yeah, that bar room where everyone would have had a drink before going out. Now coming through to the kitchen, floors not in a great way, walls are not in a great way either. Now there's a kitchen unit hanging off the wall, but you would just be stripping all this back anyway. But that first impression, not good at all of the kitchen. But what I was getting was a real scale of this place, how big it was. It had nice high ceilings, so many rooms, so much space downstairs. Now I know it's in a bad way, but for that price tag, £50,000, this is definitely the biggest house, hotel, or whatever you want to call it, I have ever seen, with definitely the lowest price tag. So I'm super interested to see what it sells for. And all this space at the back as well. I know you just want to strip it all back and sort it out, but you'd have the money to do that for £50,000. Say if you had the skills, the knowledge, the ability to take on a project like this, you could have a massive home for not much money at all. And this room was totally fine. The walls were all right. There was a guy walking around with me and he kept saying, I'm so surprised at how little damp there is in this place, how little mold there is. There obviously was some. Now into a couple of bathrooms on the first floor here, another giveaway that it was a guest house. It's got a lot of separate bathrooms. Now the ceiling here, as you can see, it's come down in this bathroom. I don't know if that's from a leak above and into another little toilet room as well, where you've got another part of the ceiling which has just come down. A feature that you'll see a lot in this video is sinks completely smashed. So these are obviously the bedrooms where they had individual sinks, and I just kept coming across them in every room I went into. There was just a sink in the corner that was trashed, but decent sized rooms to be fair, and the plaster on the walls seemed fine. Again, there wasn't much mold at all. Little view of the garden there. What I think with this place is if it had just had a good clean before the viewing, get rid of all that rubble, give it a good hoover, the negatives would have been so much less. It's just that appearance of all this stuff on the floor that makes it feel worse. These smashed up sinks. I'm not saying there's not a problem with this house. There's loads. But for £50,000, I mean, it is massive. So going on to the very top floor, this is where it got a lot worse. Now that's actually bird shit. There'd obviously been birds coming in here at some point, and you can just see the remnants of that everywhere. Another trashed sink. And there is a big problem with the ceiling up here, and maybe with the roof as well. You can just see a bit of light up there. And then this final room up here where it looks like they've separated it into 3 and then thought, actually, no, and not gone ahead with that. But the crazy thing about this place is I followed it at auction. I watched it go through. It did not sell. It did not sell for £50,000. I can't believe that. Not a single bid on that property. Now, do keep watching this video, because at the end, you're going to see something that might change your mind on what you've just viewed. It might make you think different about a property that big and at such a low price point. So yeah, I visited this spot as well. This hotel, it was massive. I remember walking around it and I remember saying, this place is so big, I couldn't believe that it was just left completely abandoned. Again, another one here. Seafront Hotel, completely boarded up. A really long one, this one. See if we can walk around it a little bit, see some more. And look at it now.
New attic, yeah. Just there.
And it's burnt down?
Yeah.
Do you remember when?
About 6 months.
Really?
6 to 8 months
What
ago,
was it? Was it arson?
Sorry?
Was it arson?
Yeah, but it used to get all the druggies going in there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And then it's just burnt down?
Yeah, we burnt it down. We had fires going and everything inside.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
no. And did they get arrested then?
No, we didn't get arrested. Nobody
No.
got arrested. No, not as far as I know.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna go check it out anyway. Thank you, mate.
Yeah,
Nice
not a
one.
problem, pal.
Completely gone. I wonder what that land's worth now. Like these houses that we're looking at today, they aren't that expensive. I wonder if this land has a high price tag. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen to it? Learn more about plans for a new hotel for Blackpool. Really? Another hotel? Surely we don't need any more here. So I've just come across that bit there that says new hotel coming, and you can scan the QR code and it brings you a new hotel for Blackpool. So it says, it is anticipated that the new 4-star hotel will attract more visitors who will stay for longer in Blackpool, boosting the town's economy. I just can't believe that, a new hotel coming. Well, all the rest are burning down, being left derelict, abandoned. There's a new one coming, a big one. This one's going to succeed for sure. Yeah, I feel instead of building new hotels, new grand hotels, you need people that are going to restore the old ones and make them nice. I think that's probably better than just building new ones.
We've only got a couple in with them.
Is it on the coast though? On the
Yeah,
oh,
right,
really?
well, on the estuary, you know.
Yeah, not as busy though.
Well, it's busy as hell, but there are more people my age than yours.
Oh really?
And yet, at night, the restaurant and nightlife there is absolutely brilliant.
Is it?
Oh, it's heaving with people, you know.
Oh wow.
So many restaurants and bars and what have you in the middle.
Yeah.
And yet, the population is older.
Yeah.
So where they all come from, I don't know.
Yeah. And is there less like boarded up stuff there?
No, very little.
Very little boarded up stuff there. Oh really? So it's mainly just a problem of like in Blackpool then really?
No, St Anne's, there's 2 towns, Lytham and St Anne's, you see. St Anne's, the nightlife in St Anne's is dead.
Really?
And most of the buildings are boarded up in the street, and there's a few decent restaurants for older people, if you like, you know.
Yeah.
But, there's not much nightlife there.
Yeah.
But Blackpool, of course, is Blackpool, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit, off the prom, it's a bit rough, is Blackpool. But,
Yeah.
you know, it was like that when I was a kid here.
Was
And
it?
it still is.
Crazy.
It's a dump, but it's my dump.
Yeah, I like that, yeah. So when I was here last, I got chatting to a builder. I think it was just down here. And he said, in 6 months' time, if you come back here, it'll all changed. So I'm interested to see if his words were true. Full refurbishment. Full refurbishment.
For the 5 buildings.
Nice. All 5 on this road.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything would be nice here.
Yeah, cool. Well, it's such an ideal location, isn't it?
6 months.
6
You
months.
would be shocked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. So this was the exact spot where about a year ago I got chatting to this builder who was working on all this, and he said come back and it'll have changed, and I'm pretty sure it's in the exact same state. Let's have a little wander down the road as well. Yeah, I wandered down this exact street as well last time. All boarded up, still boarded up. Is this still open, mate? Is it not? Is it shut down? When did it shut down?
Well back then. The pub's shut, but the theatre's closed.
Oh, really? Why is it called the Beatles? Did the Beatles play here?
No.
No. Did anyone good play here?
Just the people that can.
So it does feel like there's a lot of renovation work going on a lot of the buildings, but that's what it felt like last year when I came. And I've been to see those places that were supposedly going to be done in 6 months, and there's nothing there. It's exactly the same, or worse, like that Hackett's one. It's just burnt down, gone. Some old school graphic design there. Now fancy, just what it is. Microphone, that bubble there, now actually in it, all for show. So you're not going to believe this. You know, before I was saying about how instead of new hotels, what you need is people with the skill to rebuild the ones or renovate the ones that are already here. Well, I was just walking down the street about to go to this viewing, and this guy comes out and he says, "David." He's like, "Oh, watch your videos." And interestingly enough, this guy had actually messaged me on Instagram. So he renovates property, and he was like, "Oh, if I'm ever renovating some, or if I find anything interesting, I'll let you know." So I just randomly bumped into this guy that I'd actually messaged about property, and he said, "Yeah, after the viewing, come back here, come back to this hotel, and I'll show you around it, show you around the hotel he's doing up." So this is going to be buzzing. I can't believe it, just bumped into this guy randomly, so we're going to get to look in a hotel that he is renovating, which is ace. Yeah, so let's go see this house, we'll go view the property, and then after, we'll go view this hotel with this guy, which will be ace. Looking forward to it. Okay, so here's the second house that we're viewing, and as you can see, it's got that £40,000 guide price. Not as close to the beach, this one, but still not far away at all. Here is the view from outside, and I've never been in a house that felt like this, for a couple of reasons. Let me explain. So the first was the smell. The smell was foul. It was really, really bad. You know I'm not good with smells, and this was one of the worst I've ever walked into. Now the second was this, and this was crazy. Floors like that, can you feel that?
Yeah.
Slanting. Now, I have never been in a house where it felt like this. You felt drunk, your coordination was completely off because it felt so steep. And as I was walking around, obviously the kitchen's in a bad way, looks really grotty, things need doing, but the main thing about this house is the fact it's on a slant, it's completely subsided. Now, I don't know how hard that would be to fix, but I really wanted to convey to you how steep it was, and I was like, oh, I really wish I brought a tennis ball. I didn't have a tennis ball, but I did, however, find a bottle of cough medicine which was sitting on the shelf in this room, so I was able to show you how steep this room was and how badly slanted it all was. So there we go, the perfect way to show you how steep the house is. I was so buzzing I found that bottle of cough medicine. It was perfect. Now upstairs, the rooms seemed fine. There wasn't anything really wrong with them, but it was just that feeling when you were walking around up here that something was wrong and you just felt like you were swaying. It just felt strange. Let me know if you know about building. How would you go about fixing this problem? How expensive would it be? Because you couldn't live in the house like this. There is no way you could live in this house and not just feel drunk all the time. Not just feel like something was wrong. It was that bad. Then coming downstairs, I couldn't find the bathroom. Turned out it was on the end of the kitchen. It is all about how badly this has subsided, this house. It was so strange walking around it. Now, this place did benefit from a garden, so you can see it's full of stuff, but it's an alright sized garden, so maybe it's this land that's valuable, so maybe the thing to do would be knock the house down, and then this land would be worth a lot more. So if this house does go for something really cheap, it's on for £40,000, maybe that's the best thing to do with this place. But I followed it to auction, and this place sold for £71,000, so maybe that's a good price, but I cannot think that it's a quick fix with a house that is that subsided.
The old features and stuff, like the doors and stuff that have been fitted from like 50s and 60s and stuff, they're all, you can see the drunk, you know, they're knackered on an angle. So the fact that it's a hotel means they have to be fire doors and fit regulations and stuff, but they you can't fit a fire door on on something that's that.
Yeah, yeah,
If you-
bloody hell,
you know,
yeah.
If you come back here, you can see, like,
Oh my god, yeah.
just over time.
And that's because they're built on sand?
Yeah, it's just sort of shifted the building a little bit because
Whoa.
right downstairs in the kitchen, the room is twisted. You can literally see the room, so the tiles go one way, but the walls are leaning up the other way. It's just how it is with these old buildings, I think. But you know, they've got good features to them.
Yeah, yeah.
I still like them. We just need a bit of TLC.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
So you're doing this one up.
Yeah.
You're going to reopen. Do you know when you're going to reopen or no plans?
Yeah. I say next year and then I say in a couple of months. It's just how long it takes. I'm getting all the doors replaced next week.
Yeah.
All the doors, all the covings, and then going to get all the carpets up, see what condition the rest of the floorboards are in, get them all sanded back and painted everywhere. You know, little things like this need bricked up. The door that wasn't there, it just looks stupid. And
Yeah.
I don't want the stag do's because they wreck it, you know what I mean? And I want to make it look nice. We're spending like thousands of pounds on roof and everything. You know, it's probably going to cost us like 30-40 grand to get it how we want it. But
Yeah.
you got to do it, haven't you? I've got a bar, so I'm going to get cocktail pumps fitted. You can rely on couples to not wreck the place, can't you? You know what I mean? And even if they do, you know, they're not going to cause as much damage as a big stag or hen.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, you know, we got this carpet fitted, I think it was only 3 years ago or something, but
Yeah.
it doesn't last that long.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It was only open for about a year. We've been shut for 2 years, so that lasted like a year or something like that. So
Mad.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's not feasible. You know what I mean? But this had 2 double beds in it. So like one here and one here. There's, you know, look at the size of the bathroom. It's absolutely tiny.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't, 4 people sharing this bathroom.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, so this is the bar. Oh, nice. Oh, this is sweet.
yeah. Obviously, we're just using it as a bit of an office at the moment, but it's not in bad condition. I'm still going to do it right up, you know, get the booth seating fitted all the way through, keep the fireplace, get a pool table fitted and bigger TVs and just glam everything up, you know, rip these old pumps out and get a cocktail pump fitted.
Yeah, buzzing.
So I'll sell more cocktails and Guinnesses, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I would like to keep Guinness though. I like.
Well, to be fair, that has to stay because that's not a Guinness pump. That's one of them.
Oh, the froth. Yeah.
But this is just gonna go now. This is just old.
Yeah.
But I'll keep that. Do you wanna have a look at some of the others? So the compulsory bought that side of the street from down there. As you can see, they've painted. I tried to paint them all up, tarted them all up, put new windows in all the top. Make sure that they clean the street all the time. Put new gates and fences and rails up, new doors. Done, you know, this is the goal. This is what they're trying to do to like make everything look better compared to my street with the flats on my street that are still privately owned that are struggling. I mean, look at the back of them.
So this is council purchasing these, doing it all up.
So it looks a lot better though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look a lot better. Yeah.
And because they're nice buildings as well, it costs a lot of money to do all that rendering.
Yeah.
Just the rendering alone, and then to fit all the new windows too. Costs a lot of money. That's the back of the tram, the old tram things where they keep all the old trams. It's literally just round the.
Oh no way.
Up through there.
Yeah, sick.
But it does look a lot better.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So after Jordan said there was an old tram graveyard just over that wall where they keep all the old trams, I was buzzing. But unfortunately, Tramtown is closed. It's closed until 2024, which sucks. So we might have to come back and check that out on another trip. So this was another spot I visited in my last video, and I was wondering if anything would have happened with these as well. These grand big houses here. And it doesn't look like anything's happened apart from, I think they've got rid of the steps. I think I could walk up to it in the other one. But yeah, these massive buildings, these massive houses right by the sea.
Good day, mate.
You alright?
Yes, I am.
What a day.
Well, at least it stops raining.
I know, mate, yeah.
We've had some right floods where we live in Rotherham.
Oh, have you? I'm West Yorkshire, so we
West Yorkshire, yeah.
yeah, we were same. So get it every year. Well, not every year, but
Every year.
every couple of years it comes bad. What are you here for? Just a day?
Just one day.
What a day to come, eh?
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't
On a
it?
day trip,
Yeah.
Coach trip.
on a coach trip.
Oh, buzzing.
We're not going back till 8 o'clock to
Boss
coach.
has seen live.
Fair enough.
Both for St. Lies on his way back up before we go back home.
Yeah.
Coach.
Oh, well, it's a good day for anyway.
It's a grand day.
Have a good one, yeah?
Nice day, mate. Yeah.
See ya. It's hard not to think that if we just had slightly better weather in England, this town would be entirely different. This place would be completely revitalised. Oh, it's such a shame, innit, that the English weather's so shit. So I just tried leaving to go home, and I get a message from someone saying, I hear you in Blackpool. If you want to see an 18-bed hotel, that cost £61,000 to buy and it's all done up, let me know. So I'm gonna go meet him now. One final thing in Blackpool. Let's go see this 18-bed hotel that he bought for 61 grand. Buzzing. Right, let's see if there's anyone in here.
So this building, this hotel, I bought in 2019, and I think the general consensus in the street was you paid too much.
How much did you pay?
I paid £61,000 at auction.
That is insane.
I had my hand up. My sister was like, "You can put your arm down." I'm from London, so like 61,000. So this was an 18-bedroom hotel. It's now a hotel just for digital nomads.
Oh, cool.
Shall I show you around?
Yeah, man, that'd be absolutely amazing.
You have to be a little bit quiet.
Alright, okay, yeah. Whoa.
So this was the old bar.
Yeah.
People working here.
No way, this is crazy.
School lectern for the standing desk. So this was 2 en-suites.
Wow.
And everyone said to me, "Don't knock out the en-suite." I thought, no, I want a huge kitchen.
Yeah.
And if you look at this is, we opened in Corona, so we didn't really open.
Yeah.
These are all the people that have visited
No way.
in like a year and a half.
This is not what I expected to be inside this place at all, mate. This is mad. Wow.
So it's a solid granite, all that solid granite. So I was checking on Facebook Market for days, and I found a guy who had a kitchen, and it said solid granite, all this company, 126 quid. So I rang him up. I said, "What's the catch, mate?" He said, "I want it gone today." And he said to the yard, he said, "It's fucking heavy." He said, "You need 4 blokes." It was amazing. So all that kitchen cost me 126 quid.
That is mental. That is mad. I cannot believe you paid £61,000 for that. That's amazing, isn't it? That is insane.
Okay. So, I mean, this is pretty. I'll try and take as much credit as I can. This is pretty much how it was when I got it. It just looked shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't changed anything. This is not to hold the house up. This is for all the Cat 5 cabling.
Right, okay.
Fastest internet, I have 1,000 megabit per second connection.
So what was your idea with doing it for digital nomads? Is like the premise for the place?
That's it. I'm far as I'm aware, in the north, and like almost in the country, so I don't want to say the whole, I'm the only place that only takes digital nomads in the UK.
Yeah.
So every person when they come, so are you a digital nomad? No, yeah you are. So all these people are working online, so they all have something in common. So there's 13 rooms in the house. I didn't want to end on 13.
Yeah.
So I went for 12. So this room, I want to, how should we say, acquire a trolley from King's Cross and have it going in here. We'll see why in a second.
Oh, class.
It's the smallest room in the house.
Amazing.
So that means I didn't have any 13.
Yeah. No 13, but 9 3/4.
It's huge.
It is absolutely massive. So how many rooms you got? 18?
Was 18, I smashed out 2.
Yeah.
So I have 15 rooms that people stay. So I'm a hotel and they all stay. So the thing is here, imagine, I don't know where you live.
Yeah.
If you had 15 people staying with you, you'd kind of notice it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Here, you can have 15 people in the house and
Yeah.
there's always a few people in the kitchen. It's a huge building.
It is a huge building.
The beach is literally...
Yeah.
You have an amazing beach.
Yeah.
300 metres away.
Yeah.
In terms of property investment, I've already paid this off.
Yeah.
And I started in Corona.
Yeah. Because one thing I've been...
So we were legally closed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
One thing I've been looking at today, I've been like looking at buildings like this, but in the worst state. But then also like noticing like there was like a new build hotel and stuff. So I was proper buzzing to find people who were doing up the other ones, because I was like, that's what it should be going on. Redo these big buildings. So I'm honestly, mate, so buzzing that I've come across you and Jordan.
I mean, there's so many original features. This is 1897 because I've checked all the other houses in the street.
Yeah.
And they all have this stuff.
No way.
It's original. Why would you rip it out?
Yeah.
Paint it, do it up, make it look nice. But under here, I haven't done it. All the original banisters are still there.
Mad.
I'm just like, I'll do that bit later.
Yeah.
But it's solid.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The thing with me with old houses is, you know, you must see it. Is everyone, oh, it's old, oh, it's falling down. If you buy a house that's like 150 years old and there's no recent cracks, it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You buy a brand new house, you don't know where that house is going to go. Whereas an old house, if you don't have cracks in it, ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
it's had 150 years to settle into where it is.
Yeah. What a bizarre day. Honestly, I came to Blackpool because I was like, I'm going to do one of my cheap property videos. We'll go see some of the houses and see what state they're in. And obviously, from my video that I did last year when I came, I was quite shocked about the amount of empty hotels. And at the start of this video as well, I said I came with that idea that I wanted to see some of these old guest houses and see what state they're in, and it'd be cool to see if someone would take one on and redo it and turn it into something new. And I have come across entirely randomly, I kid you not, I can't believe this, first Jordan, that sound lad who watched my stuff and said, yeah, come in, look what we're doing with this place, we're doing up this old hotel, we're doing it up, we're going to turn it into something new. And I was buzzing for him, I thought that's amazing. As I'm leaving, I get a message from this guy saying, I hear you're in Blackpool, come check out this hotel that I've done that he bought for, what did he say, 61 grand I think he said. And I was expecting, oh, let's see what he's done for 61 grand. Honestly, I cannot believe how nice that was in there. And he's doing it for digital nomads, this entirely different market that exists that are coming to Blackpool, and he says he's always busy, always full. Honestly, I can't believe this day, it's been so strange, so interesting. Yeah, I was struggling when I first got here. I thought, oh, people aren't very talkative today. And I've ended up with some of what I imagine will be some of the best interviews I've actually come across. And I've actually totally changed my mind about Blackpool. I've entirely changed my mind. Like, looking at that house that I've just been round there, that 18-bed house, which had a downstairs separate area, and he bought that for £61,000. And I mean, look at the houses that I look at in London or wherever. That house would be millions of pounds in London, and he bought it for £61,000. Housing seems so unaffordable. And then I meet that guy that bought essentially a mansion for £61,000. I'm changing my mind about places. Wow, what a day. What a buzzing day. I've absolutely loved this. Blackpool, you've stolen my heart. Whew. So just a few final notes. A big thank you to Jordan, the lad who showed me around the hotel he's doing up. He's got a YouTube channel, just go in, looking at really interesting property stuff. It's called Curious Guru, so I'll link him below. And Duncan, the guy who showed me around his digital nomad hotel, he's got a channel as well. And he's got the renovation he did on that house on his channel, so I'll link all his stuff below as well. Do check them out. What an interesting day. We revisited some spots from the previous trip. We got to see some failed projects. We saw the struggle inside of Blackpool, but we also got to see it on a beautiful day. We spoke to some amazing locals, got some real insight, and what I realised was, if you've got a bit of skill, if you're smart, if you've got ambition, you can create something in Blackpool, not targeting the stag do's, not targeting the hen do's, but you can make something, a home, a hotel, on a level, on a size that you would not be able to get anywhere else in the country. And these buildings can be amazing. If you find the right one, this is a hidden gem for property. Just look at that house of Duncan's, £61,000, 18 bedrooms and a view like that.